live.
Good evening.
Greetings and welcome to Crypto Kidz on P2G Networks. How is everyone doing?
Doing fabulous.
Awesome. I am your host, Chocolate Gold Day, and I have my co-host, Dawood L.
Peace and love, everybody. How y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good. Before we get started, we want to set the expectations for the room.
Okay. So, please note, this is a recorded workshop and your consent and participation is needed. The recording will not be shared with the public unless otherwise stated, in which you will be informed and your consent required. The recording is for our personal development and record. If you have not already done so, please help us keep our records of attendance by sending your email address in the chat to the host directly. You can use any email you like. However, a Gmail will be required to sync to our Pennies to Go calendar or receive worksheets. Most importantly, P2G is an educational and networking platform. We are not financial advisors. We are a network of individuals who took an interest in the industry of money, then took that knowledge and came together and put it into practice for ourselves. And since we believe each one teach one, we educate on and share what we have found. The education is free. Your participation in any platform or business opportunity that we share is optional. And finally, remember to always practice courtesy in the space. Please mute your mics while others are demonstrating or speaking. Raise your hand to interrupt if you have any questions by clicking the reaction button in the control panel or by typing your questions in the chat, and your questions and concerns will be answered as soon as possible. Now that we have set the proper expectations, please locate your reaction button and give me a thumbs up to show that you acknowledge and agree.
I acknowledge and agree. Thank you so much for that. So let's get into it. Crypto Kidz is a family platform. We welcome all those 7 and up to come together as a family and learn together as a family, and also talk about finances and how to build as a family. And so we're going to get right into it because we got a lot of information to share. We're going to talk about that building principle. But when we're talking about building here, of course, we're talking about building in cryptocurrency. So first, let's get an understanding of cryptocurrency. I'm going to have my producer, Miss L. Ruby Thomas, start us off with a video about what is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
What's up, guys? It's the Krypto Kidz, and today it has been 3 whole years from when we uploaded our first video, What is Bitcoin? And by far our most watched video of all time. So we decided we are going to do an updated video about what Bitcoin is, because lots of things have changed and lots of things have happened since then. And also, Kea,
I got braces. I love your smile.
So right before we start, we're gonna watch our video and we're gonna do a quick reaction. But before that, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and let's get into it. What's up, y'all? It's the Krypto Kidz, and my channel is about teaching kids about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and helping them understand it. First question, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin and any other type of cryptocurrencies is digital money. This right here is a dollar bill. Yep, this is definitely a $1 bill. This is also money. This is silver. Silver. If I want to buy something, I could use it to exchange it for something else. Because you and me believe the story that this dollar bill is worth something. Bitcoin is one of the coolest stories about money. Because instead of paper money or metal, we can use digital money or code. Isn't that cool? Let's use an example. Say you want to buy something from the store. I could use paper money. Let's say my sister has a book I want to buy for $1. Can I have that book, please? Thank you.
I kissed him,
Now can I have a receipt?
Yep, here you go.
We have just completed a transaction. She got my $1 and I got my book and a receipt. But instead of having people and a receipt, Bitcoin is exchanged over the internet. And instead of only me and my sister getting a receipt, everyone can get a receipt. This is called a blockchain. Blockchain. In the future, we won't need paper or metal anymore. We can just use code, or to be more specific, we can use Bitcoin. It's awesome because it's faster, safer, cheaper, and easier.
A few moments later.
Now I'm going to send my sister a Bitcoin instead of paper money. I have a digital wallet, and she has a digital wallet. And that's where we store our money.
Camera.
You open the app. Now I'm going to send my sister a Bitcoin.
Thank you.
Ooh, wait, where's my book? Now smash the like button and the subscribe button in the link down below. My next video will be about the blockchain. Later, guys.
Woo! Game over.
Woo!
Siren in the background. So that was our little reaction of what is Bitcoin video.
Now let's get on to what has happened since then. So we just watched the video and we have lots of things to say about it. So first of all,
You were so tiny.
but you sound so like
Cokie. I didn't down like
so
that.
basically there's so many things that were so like trash in the intro. Like one time my shirt was literally just backwards and I was just speaking.
And the thing I've noticed about the video is that Bitcoin has changed like a lot.
Like Bitcoin is now like so much bigger than it was 3 years ago. And how did 37,000 people watch this? That's just the question I have right now.
I was trying to learn cryptocurrency from a child.
How would 37,000 people watch this one video and click on it?
Wow, I got 500 likes.
And 500 likes, wow. Another thing that I have to say about it is my voice is just, what's up, yo? It's the Krypto Coin Kid.
That's cringe right there.
So that was our first ever video on Bitcoin coin as digital money. It was faster, cheaper, easier to use. But there's this really cool feature that Bitcoin now has that's happening. Bitcoin is becoming a store of value, just like gold.
And silver.
So what that means is gold and silver, they have a steady value. They just sort of stay the same throughout time. Unlike the dollar bill, which is going down, Bitcoin is now becoming like that. It just stays in value. And lots of people invest their money into that so they can just keep their money where it is.
Check this out.
And as the price increases over a number of years and the volatility decreases, which is certainly our expectation, it's going to be better for a method of exchange. But in the meantime, it's a great store of value.
I'll say the same thing I said 6 years ago when it was at 80 bucks a coin, which is it is the single best hedge against the traditional financial infrastructure. Whether you support fiscal and monetary policy or not, it doesn't matter. This is the schmuck insurance you have under your mattress.
This is a currency that people are starting to gravitate to as a store of value.
How can we preserve the value of of our money, right? So MicroStrategy buys $250 million in Bitcoin, calling the crypto superior to cash.
All of this is really driven by Square CEO Jack Dorsey, who of course also runs Twitter and is one of the most well-known Bitcoin advocates. Dorsey has predicted it'll become the world's single currency, as he calls it, and the currency of the internet.
Paul Tudor Jones reportedly buying Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. Jones comparing the cryptocurrency to the gold trade back in the 1970s, calling it the fastest horse in this environment.
Bitcoin today is like gold was in 1971. And so for those who are very young, in 1971, gold was $35. And with the next few years, gold ran up to $850.
To understand this more, let's go back into the olden days.
When everything was physical, everything you've ever loved is physical. Music, toys, video games. Everything was physical you could touch. But ever since then, it just accelerated and everything is just
digitalized.
So, like, your money is digitized. Like, now it's digitized. Like, everything is digitized now. So, digitized. So, like, your meetings, and ever since coronavirus happened, or COVID-19, it's just accelerated that. There's more online school, online meetings, online everything. And that just all happened from the internet age and when the internet was created and the computers. And it's just gonna keep going up from then. Even like games, they used to be physical, then they became like Nintendo, like that. But now they're becoming like a community.
Like a world.
A whole world in your game. You can literally like travel infinite worlds.
It's like you're going into like a different world, like a realm.
Like your own community. Like you could have different friends from your real life friends.
Now Bitcoin has done it with money.
It's now become just a digital gold. It's as real as the pictures on your phone. It's as real as the games on your phone. Bitcoin has basically just become real hard money. Hard, as real as it can be, sound money.
That you can depend on.
Digitized. So you may be wondering, didn't we already have digital money? Well, here's the thing. Anyone can make monopoly money digital. It doesn't mean it's money you can trust, and that's why Bitcoin is hard money.
Safety analyst said that Bitcoin is the... What? Safety analyst said that Bitcoin is the hardest money that was ever invented.
Bitcoin is like financial gunpowder. It's the safest way of sending money halfway around the world, the most secure way, and it's the hardest money that we've ever invented. So it's not something that is, whether we should or want to, or whether people, we try to win people over. And this, this is why my book is not marketing for Bitcoin, because I don't think marketing for Bitcoin matters. At the end of the day, this is economic reality. The harder money will win,
Oh, yeah, I can't remember when I met the guy. Yeah, we're best friends. We are.
Yeah, not really.
Let it go, brr. So there's this meme where it's called money printer go brr. And it basically means the USA will keep printing money, but it'll just make the money that already exists less valuable. And there's not infinite money, so this is why it's a very funny meme. And we'll play it right now.
It's just like, it's gonna go.
Is the Fed just going to print money?
That's literally what Congress has told us to do. There's enough cash in the financial system, and there's an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve, an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve, an infinite amount of cash.
There's just
No, you can't just print more money.
I saved the economy.
We're trillions of dollars in debt. The debt to GDP ratio is out of control. Who's going to pay for it?
Haha. Money printer go boom.
He's just spraying it all over everywhere. It doesn't make sense when they say there's infinite money because there's these rare items on Roblox, but if you made 1 million of them, they won't be rare anymore because everyone would have them. So it's just like, what's the point where it just doesn't become rare anymore? So like, nothing is infinite. You can't just make infinite money, it'll just stay the same value. It'll always go down in value the more you print it in. So it just doesn't make sense
Because
when
you
they
just
say,
like keep copy and paste it, copy and paste it. Like nothing will like be in value anymore.
like that's the point of having a limited amount, is because it makes it rare and people like value it. So I went to Bitcoin Solutions and I saw the Zimbabwe and the Venezuelan dollar, and they just printed so much of it and made $100 trillion bill, and it just overvalued it and it just became worthless. And now that like $100 trillion bill could barely like even buy bread.
Really?
So it just went worthless because they printed so much of it and they made more money.
It literally became something and then it became nothing. So the most important thing about this video is how do we get some Bitcoin?
That was the #1 thing that anyone asks on our channel. When we live streamed the Bitcoin halving, everyone was asking us, how do I get some Bitcoin? How do I do this? Oh, we got 4 tips. So first of all, don't ask your parents to pay you in cash. Ask them to pay you in Bitcoin.
Over 2,000.
No.
What was it? What was it? Number 2, you're gonna learn how to get some Bitcoin using apps and games.
More on that in the future videos, just stay tuned. Number 3, don't waste your money on toys, video games, food. No, food. No, you still need to eat. Don't waste it on like clothes, toys, video games, because just invest it in Bitcoin, because if you make more money with that, you can still have enough to get the stuff that you wanted, plus some extra you can reinvest and make more. Number 4 is just get simple stuff. Just get the stuff that you need in life. You don't
Not
need,
that you want.
You don't need to get the fanciest new iPhone. You don't need to get the fanciest new clothes, and you don't need to be peer pressured by your friends. It doesn't matter what they think. Just start investing and just make more money, and you don't need all of that other stuff. And those are our 4 tips on how you can also grow your Bitcoin.
All right, awesome video. Awesome video. I love that
Yes,
video.
it is. Yes, it is.
I enjoy it every single time. Now, of course, in the video, we're using the word money loosely, right? Because we know that Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, and currency is a little bit different than money, because a lot of currencies, they don't have a backing by a precious metal, right? So Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin is software, and we access it on our hardware, on our phones, our laptops, our computers. It is referred to as digital gold because it is the hardest money we've ever had. And it is because of the technology behind it that makes it the fastest, the most secure, and it is the safest, really, because everything can be validated and looked up on that technology that is behind Bitcoin and what makes Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies work. And that technology is
the blockchain.
The blockchain, absolutely. And the blockchain is what moves cryptocurrency. It's what confirms that it's there, because that is the biggest thing, right? Confirming that it's actually something that is there and can be moved, right?
Absolutely.
So let's learn more about what the blockchain is and how it works.
Hey, did y'all know that blockchain has been around since 2008?
Yes. Yes, it's not a new concept.
Yeah, I found that to be pretty amazing in my research.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's not a new technology. It's been around for quite some time.
You read a few articles or watched a few videos to figure out how it works, and now that you understand that, you're still confused. How can this technology be used in the real world? Well, let's take a look at a few examples, but before we do that, let's quickly recap what a blockchain is. In simple terms, it's a distributed database that everyone can get a copy of. Every person with a copy can add new records to this database, but they cannot change any record that's already in there. This property makes blockchains great to record data in a transparent way because everyone gets to see what's in it. So how can it be used? Well, in this video I'll give you 9 examples. Let's start with the most obvious and most popular application of blockchains, and that is cryptocurrencies. When Bitcoin launched in 2008, it allowed people to directly transact with one another without having to trust third parties like banks. Since then, over 1,600 different cryptocurrencies have been created. But let's look beyond cryptocurrencies. Let's look at how blockchain technology can be used in cars, for example. Ever heard of odometer fraud? By tampering with the odometer, someone can make a car appear to be newer and less worn out, resulting in customers paying more than what the car is actually worth. The government tries to counter this by collecting the mileage of cars when they get a safety inspection, but that's not enough. So instead, we could replace regular odometers with smart ones that are connected to the internet and frequently write the car's mileage to a blockchain. This would create a secure and digital certificate for each car. And because we use a blockchain, no one can tamper with the data and everyone can look up a vehicle's history. In fact, this is already being developed by Bosch's IoT lab, and they are currently testing it on a fleet of 100 cars in Germany and Switzerland. So blockchains are great at keeping track of things over time. So besides odometers, you can also keep track of things like intellectual property or patents, or it can even function as a notary. See, a notary is someone who can confirm and verify signatures on a legal document. But we can just as well use a blockchain for that. The online website stamp.io allows you to add documents to the Bitcoin or Ethereum blockchain. Once added, you can always prove that you created a document at a certain point in time, much like a notary, although right now blockchains aren't on the same level as notaries in a legal perspective. Another interesting application is digital voting. Right now, voting happens either on paper or on special computers that are running proprietary software. Voting on paper costs a lot of money, and electronic voting has security issues. In recent years, we've even seen countries move away from digital voting and adopting paper again because they fear that electronic voting can be tampered with and influenced by hackers. But instead of paper, we could use blockchains to cast and store votes. Such a system would be very transparent, as everyone could verify the voting count for themselves, and it would make tampering with it very difficult. The Swiss company Agora is already working on such a system, and it's going to be completely open source. But there are many challenges. First, you have to be able to identify voters without compromising their privacy. Secondly, if you allow people to vote with their own computers or phones, you have to take into account that those might be infected with malware designed to tamper with the voting process. And a final example, a system like this also has to be able to withstand denial of service attacks, because that could render the whole thing unusable. Definitely a tough nut to crack, but if it becomes reality, it could make for a more transparent and practical voting system. Let's move to yet another example, the food industry. They could use blockchain technologies to track their food products from the moment they are harvested or made to when they end up in the hands of customers. See, every year almost 500,000 people die because of foodborne diseases, and that's partly because it takes too long to isolate the food that is causing harm. Blockchains could help us to create a digital certificate for each piece of food, proving where it came from and where it has been. So if a contamination is detected, we can trace it back to its roots and instantly notify other people who bought the same batch of the bad food. Walmart and IBM are currently working on such a system. It allowed them to trace the origin of a box of mangoes in just 2 seconds compared to days or even weeks with a traditional system. A system like this could be applied to other industries as well. We could use it to track regular products and battle counterfeit goods by allowing anyone to verify whether or not the product comes from the manufacturer you think it does. Another idea would be to track packages and shipments by using blockchain. That is something that IBM and container shipping giant Maersk are working on, a decentralized ledger to help with making global trade of goods a lot more efficient. Alright, so far we've looked at ways blockchain can be used to keep track of information and verify its integrity. But blockchains can be even more powerful when we add smart contracts to them. These contracts are tiny computer programs that live on the blockchain and can perform actions when certain conditions are met. Insurance companies could use smart contracts to validate claims and calculate a payout. Or they could allow us to only pay for car insurance when we're driving, for instance. But it goes even further. With smart contracts, we can secure our own data on a blockchain. They could, for instance, allow us to store our medical records on a blockchain and only allow doctors to access them when we approve it with a digital signature. In the same fashion, you could store your personal identity on there and choose what data you want to reveal. Ordering alcohol in a bar, for instance, only requires you to prove that you're over the legal drinking age. And with smart contracts, you can deliver that proof without revealing anything else. Or think about collecting royalties for artists. A future streaming service could set up two smart contracts, one where users send a monthly subscription to, and one that keeps track of what the user has listened to. At the end of each month, the smart contract then automatically distributes this money to artists, based on how many times their songs have been listened to. So as you can see, blockchain technology can be used in so many different ways. This video is just a brief overview of how they can be used, and it's by no means a complete list of all the applications. That would make for a very long video, as there is so much going on in this space. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite application of blockchain technology is, and if you found this
Another great video. Let's explore that. What are some of your favorite applications on the blockchain?
I kind of like, the D apps, anything that you can go outside of the regular stuff. Any are D apps. Like, I don't know, Badali. A couple of those now, they're on the blockchain, really cool.
Yes, D apps are. The decentralized space is an amazing space to be in. So I love any applications that are decentralized as well. Anybody else want to share their favorite application?
I love crypto wallets, Clever, what's Token Pocket, and yeah, those are my favorite applications on the blockchain.
Okay, wallets, yes, very, very important to the space of cryptocurrency.
Absolutely.
I like the entertainment and NFT aspect of it, especially dealing with the NBA moments. But I deal a lot with entertainment, so giving artists a way that they can make their money efficiently for their music being in rotation, that is pretty cool. But I actually I've also become a pretty big fan of the medical application of blockchain as well, because the traditional medical system is not efficient at all. They will lose your stuff in a blink of an eye. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's horrible. And coming from a military background, the military, they will lose your stuff in a drop of in a blink of an eye as well. So they should use some blockchain technology also, because I mean, moving it from one place to another, you shouldn't risk losing somebody confidential information.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Yes, and I like the aspect that they talked about on the video about having the ability to approve requests to look at your medical records or deny them. So just anybody can't look at your personal record. Anybody else want to share? Okay, well, for myself, my favorite applications are smart contract and NFT game. I'm loving that. Been having a lot of fun with those. And I see what kind of solutions that they can offer the community. So I'm really excited about those. But let's get a little bit more into the smart contract technology, because it is one of the applications or programs that is written on the blockchain.
Is why large banks and governments are turning to them for their issues, but they are undeniably faster, cheaper, and more secure than many traditional systems. The inherent efficiency and security of blockchains is why large banks and governments are turning to them for innovative solutions to slow and labor-intensive bureaucracies. In 1994, Nick Szabo, a legal scholar and cryptographer, wrote about how self-executing contracts, or smart contracts, could be developed through the clever use of cryptography, digital signatures, and secure computation. Nick realized at the time the vast potential of contracts that could be created and executed digitally, an idea that we're just starting to see the beginnings of today. Smart contracts can help you exchange money, property, or anything of value in a transparent, conflict-free way, all while avoiding the services of a middleman. Ordinarily, you would go to a lawyer or the government, pay them, and wait to get an important document. To describe how a smart contract works, we can compare them to a vending machine. You simply drop your information and some cryptocurrency into the vending machine, or the smart contract, and your personalized escrow, driver's license, rental contract, or any other type of agreement drops out into your account. Not only can smart contracts define the rules and penalties around these agreements in the same way that a traditional contract does, but it can also automatically enforce them. Suppose you rent an apartment from me. You can do this through the blockchain by paying in cryptocurrency. You get a receipt, which is held in our virtual contract. I give you the digital entry key, which comes to you by a specified date. If the key doesn't come on time, the blockchain releases a refund. If I send the key before the rental date, the function holds it, releasing both the fee and key respectively when the date arrives. The system works on the if-then premise and is witnessed by hundreds of nodes in the blockchain, so you can expect a faultless delivery. If I give you the key, I'm sure to be paid. If you send a certain amount of cryptocurrency, you receive the key. The document is automatically canceled after the amount of time paid for, and the code cannot be interfered with by either of us without the other knowing, since all participants are simultaneously alerted. So let's quickly look at some of the direct benefits of using smart contracts. Autonomy. You're the one making the agreement, so there's no need to rely on a broker, lawyer, or other intermediaries to confirm. The experts have already done their work in preparing the contract's code. Savings. By removing the need for an intermediary, you save money. For instance, if you sell a home the old-fashioned way, you have to pay a real estate agent to help prepare all of the necessary documents and legal permissions. Trust. Your documents are encrypted on a shared ledger that records every transaction. There's no way someone can say they lost it, didn't read it, sent the money when they didn't, or any other number of human errors. Backup. Imagine if your bank lost your savings account. On the blockchain, each and every one of your friends has your back. Your documents are duplicated many times over and are retrievable from any other node on the network. Speed. You would ordinarily have to spend time and money to manually process paperwork and documents. Smart contracts use code to automate tasks, thereby shaving hours off of many business processes. Accuracy. Automated contracts are not only faster and cheaper, but also avoid the errors that come from manually filling out piles and piles of forms. Smart contracts are far from perfect. What if bugs get in the code? How would governments regulate disputes with such contracts? How would countries tax these smart contract transactions? What happens if I send the wrong code, or I send the right code, but my apartment is condemned before the rental date arrives? If this were the traditional contract, one of the parties could rescind it in court, but the blockchain is a different situation. The contract executes no matter what, and there's no way to revert transactions once they're completed. The list of challenges and niche technicalities goes on. Experts are trying to unravel them, but these critical issues often dissuade potential adopters from signing on. Several platforms using smart contracts already exist, like MakerDAO's decentralized lending, or the MLB's platform for buying and selling digital collectibles. The success of these platforms shows that when the issues are ironed out, smart contracts are amazing. While these may be only a couple of examples, rest assured that some of the brightest minds in technology are working on making smart contracts an everyday reality.
So we know that once something is deployed on the blockchain, it cannot be changed, right? So, no, that's right. But so if we know that once that code is deployed on the blockchain and it works correctly one time, then each time after that, it will carry itself out faultlessly.
You know, I really enjoy the fact when he explained, your anonymity on it and the fact that, the documents move so quickly through it, and the fact that you can actually sell a house without having to go through that middleman to do all that repetitive paperwork once everything is there. It's awesome.
Right. And then added to that, you save money, because why do we want to spend extra money when the price of everything is already going up? So for me, saving money is one of the greatest thing about the blockchain, and taking out that middleman, because I don't have that middleman to pay for this transaction.
Absolutely. And there's so many different applications that, and I've seen this video, but I'm like, every time you hear it, you hear something more that you didn't get the first couple of times that you hear it. And I love this is a video that needs to be watched and looked at a few more times for everyone to get everything that you can get out of it in your own time.
Yes, indeed. This one and the last one, I always focus on a different aspect of it. So yes, indeed. But let's look at one particular smart contract that we have used as a crowdfunding platform in order to grow our coins and make some money. It's called Forsage. We're going to introduce it to you now.
In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you how you can earn Tron daily, pay directly and instantly to your own Tron wallet, just like thousands of people around the world. Introducing the world's first 100% decentralized crowdfund platform programmed on a Tron smart contract called Forsage, where 100% of the income goes directly and transparently to the members of the platform with zero risk. Forsage's genius and lucrative crowdfund platform is programmed on the Tron blockchain with revolutionary smart contract technology that executes the program automatically in a decentralized way, so no admins are needed to run the platform. It's impossible for the platform creators, or anyone, to change the code and execution of the smart contract. This ensures that the crowdfund platform will keep running and there is zero risk or possibility of hacking into the smart contract or stopping the project. Unlike centralized cryptocurrency projects, the founders of Forsage never take or store members' cryptocurrency in any centralized location, so it's completely secure. 100% of all Tron payments are sent instantly and directly to the members of Forsage and stored in their personal Tron wallets, which they control with private keys. You can easily verify all of the transactions on the Tron blockchain, as the platform is fully transparent. Right now, over 2,000 people are joining the Forsage crowdfund platform worldwide every single day. With Forsage's decentralized crowdfund platform, you can get started with as little as 400 Tron, and the income potential is literally unlimited. Forsage has helped thousands of people earn Tron, and some have earned millions of Tron in their first 3 to 8 weeks of getting started. Forsage has 3 programs: the X3, the X4, and X Gold. In the Forsage X3 program, there are 3 places in one line. In the Forsage X4 program, there are 2 lines. In the X Gold program, you have 30 places on 4 lines. 2 in the first line, 4 places in the second line, 8 in the third, and 16 in the fourth. When you register with Forsage, the first slot of X3 and X4 programs costs 100 TRX each, and X Gold 200 TRX. They are bought together. Separately, the first slots cannot be taken. You open all 3 programs simultaneously. All partners in your slots of the Forsage X3 program are your personally contributing partners. When you invite partners, they take places under you. The distribution of payments when filling out the slots automatically occurs as follows. The first contributing partner takes a place under you. 100% payout goes to your personal wallet. The second contributing partner takes second place below you. Payment is also instantly credited to your personal wallet. The third partner takes third place below you. You again receive 100% income, but in the form of repeat, which opens the same slot for you again, and you continue to receive income from it. Reopening the slot, you take next free place in your superior partner's slot. Accordingly, 100% for repeat is transferred to your superior. In the Forsage X4 program, partners who take 2 places below you in the first line are 2 places in the second line of the higher. A 100% payment goes to the wallet of your higher partner. You also receive income from the second line, 100% from 4 people. Of these, 3 payments go instantly to your wallet. The last payout is the closing slot, and it also makes a repeat, buying you the same slot again, and the payment of 100% is transferred to your higher partner. For members who take 2 places below you in the first line, go to your up line, or they spill over to someone else on your team. You receive 100% of the payments on the second line spots 3, 4, and 5 go to your wallet, while spot 6 reopens the slots again with empty spots, and payment goes to your upline. For Forsage X Gold, payments of 2 people in the first line go to your upline. From the second line, you get 20% from each of the 4 places. From the third line, you get 30%, and from the fourth line, you get 50% from 16 places. Thus, the total yield is 1,120% from one circle of the matrix, of which 100% is used for automatic repeat. So, last 2 payments from 4 line, 50 plus 50%, are used for repeat. In each of these programs, Forsage X3 and Forsage X4 have 15 slots that are all similar and work in the same way. Each subsequent slot is 2 times more expensive than the previous one. Both income and profits from them are twice as high. In Forsage X Gold, the order of cost by slot is different. The first one costs 200 trons, the second one costs 400, and then up to the 10th slot there is simply a doubling. And from the 10th, the most interesting levels begin, revealing the possibilities of the Forsage crowdfund platform. How many slots can be activated immediately? As much as you want. They have no expiration date, so you can't be afraid that they will burn. All active slots move and bring you revenue in parallel. There is a system in place that incentivizes members to upgrade to higher slots in the platform from the profits they already made. Otherwise, they can lose profits while you can earn extra profits. You can start with the first slot. However, just starting with 1 slot could lead you to lose contributions if your structure develops quickly. It's recommended to activate at least the first 3 slots at the start. This ensures good initial results. The most successful partners use strategies for starting from several slots at once. They set such an example themselves, and the partners do the same. As a result, their turnovers grow faster. Many start from 6 slots at once, some even from 9 slots or more. Forsage is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Income is not guaranteed, and if you want to earn a lot of Tron, then you need to put in the effort. Welcome to Forsage, the first ever 100% decentralized crowdfund platform.
Yeah, so that was our Forsage presentation, ladies and gentlemen. So Forsage is very simple. Think about it as a game of Follow the Leader and Monopoly mixed together. So you have your X3, your X4, and your X Gold. So your X3 is your personal build. So John brings in Sue he brings Sue into Forsage Tron, right? John is going to get paid on his first bubble from Sue coming in to Forsage Tron. He brings in Betsy. Betsy is going to fall into his second bubble. He's going to get paid again. And in his third bubble, that payment is going to go up to his sponsor. And that is the X3 matrix. Once again, the X3 matrix is personal. That's where you make all of your money from your hard work. So as you upgrade each level, right? I believe it's 12 levels in the X3. So as you upgrade each level, when you have somebody follow behind you and do the same, you're going to get paid every time somebody moves behind you. So you go from slot 1 to 5. John upgrades to slot 5, right? Betsy comes in and upgrades to slot 5. This is the X3 matrix. Once again, John is going to get paid every time Betsy moves from slot 1 to 5. Unless Betsy falls into the third bubble, which rolls up to the sponsor. Now, your X4 matrix is your community matrix. So you have 3 payments that will go to the community, 3 payments that will come to you. So the first 2 payments in the X4 will go into the community or to somebody on your team. The next 3 will come to you. And then your final bubble will roll up to your sponsor. Matrix upgrades works the same way. Sorry about that. Hey, thank you for that too. Matrix upgrades works the same way, right? So, matter of fact, can you scroll down to X4 for me? So your 6th bubble will go up to your sponsor. Your first 2 bubbles will go into the community. So once again, every time somebody upgrades from one slot to another behind you, right? Somebody from your community is going to get paid that is at that level, or you're going to get paid if you qualify to get paid on that level because you have your 3rd, 4th, and 5th bubble that payments come to you. Now, scroll down to your X Gold. Now, your X Gold matrix, that matrix is, it works as a community build and personal matrix as well. Every time somebody upgrades inside of the X Gold matrix, you're going to get paid, or every time somebody enters the X Gold matrix, you're going to get paid depending on where they fall at. Now, it's over 15 slots in the X Gold, but you have 30, is it 32? I think it's 32 pay bubbles inside of the whole X Gold matrix. So as somebody upgrades from one slot to another, you're going to get paid double. Now that X Gold matrix, that is a whole nother monster. And how it works, oh my goodness. That X Gold matrix is something to get very, very, very excited about. Because every time somebody cycle in a slot, either you're going to get paid or the community is going to get paid, and it's double every time. So that's how your foresight works. And in fact, could you please go to the instructions?
So one thing about foresight is that it will give you the whole rundown about how the whole system works. And as you can see here, it goes from top to bottom about how your matrix works. There's nothing that is left out in foresight. The matrix is very simple. Hold on for 1 second, family. The matrix is very simple, and the blockchain works the same every time. The blockchain will not change. You want to know why it will not change? It will not change simply because the way smart contracts are written. Once that smart contract is written, that is law. And so many people have came behind Foresight and tried to mimic the Foresight system. And guess what? They got it wrong. And they have to go back and try to revamp the whole system and relaunch the whole system. I know Lion's Share, they got it wrong. Foresight is king. This program still works the same. It has not changed. We've been dealing with Foresight since 2020, early 2020. So, Brother Alvin, can you scroll down for me? Go down to the X Gold, because I was crispy on the X3 and the X4. But here's your X Gold matrix here. So the X Gold program, the advantage of this program is a larger number of partners and overflows that generate income of 1,020% from one site cycle. So in the X Gold site, there are 30 places for partners in 4 lines, 2, 4, 8, and 16 respectively. Payments by 2 people in the first line go to pay the higher partners in the partners as in X4. And from your second level, you get 20%. Your third level, you get 30 on 8 places. Your second level, you get 20% on 4 places. Your third level, you get 30% on 8 places. Your fourth, you get 50% of 16 places occupied under you. I mean, this pay matrix in X Gold is very exciting. And I'm telling you, family, if you take advantage of the community build and you just share this opportunity with 3 people that are serious about sharing this opportunity with somebody else like you can make a whole lot of money in a short period of time. But that's only if you take full advantage of it. 29 and 30 partners also get into the 4th line and form a reinvestment. That is the last 2 payments from the 4th level, 50 plus 50% redeem the same platform for you again. Thus, the total return from one matrix cycle is 1,120%, of which 100% is used for automatic reinvestment or cycling. Get excited about Foresight. Get excited about showing it to your friends. Get excited about showing it to your family, your pastor, your community, everybody, the football team, everybody. Because this system, like I said, it's a smart contract. It will not change, and it's going to it's still going to work no matter what. Do we have any questions about Foresight? Do we have any questions? Can y'all hear me?
We got you, D. I hear you.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any question. I was looking at the chat to see if anybody put one in.
Hold on 1 second. Let me say again.
Oh, I was looking at the chat to see if anybody had any questions, but no.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's how Foresight work. Now, one thing that is key about Foresight is that you don't want to overtake your senior business partner. And what that means is upgrade above them. If you upgrade above them 1 slot, you're going to knock them out of how the matrix works. So always communicate with your upline, with your sponsor, so that everybody stays happy. Because as long as, like I said, it's like a game of follow the leader. If you can follow the leader good, you can make good money in Foresight. So another thing is that this program does not cost a whole lot of money to get involved in as well. We do recommend that you come in and open up at least 3 slots. We recommend that when leaders come into the program, if you know you're going to run with this program, don't just open up 1 slot, because that's where you could get overtaken. So let's say you come in with $100, right? And that $100 open you all the way up to slot 3. But you got somebody else that want to come in at $300. Well, what's going to happen is that person can overtake you. So you want to open up as many slots as possible if you plan on being a leader and a massive builder of this system.
Can I share a little about what I like the most about this particular smart contract?
Sure.
Do you mind if I share?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
All right, cool. I'm not coming on camera. I just, I've always been impressed with this Forsage platform. I actually have a couple of accounts myself. And what I like the most about it is that it reminds me of a lot of those giving programs, those gifting programs. Only you stay in the gifting. I'm constantly being rewarded for having gifted this platform. And it comes back to me. Only because the blockchain has made it so that this is repetitive, I never have to re-gift anything. My account is constantly being refilled, and it's all about sharing with others how to pull together as a community and build funding. Whereas we've had young people, we've had older people who've come on the platform, and we help them get people set up and people get involved in this thing, and now everybody's paying all their bills. Isn't that great? I mean, this, for me, it's like you get paid to give for the first time, and you don't have to worry about people's hands touching it. It's an automated process that literally gifts you according to your giving, and continues, because there's people who made millions of dollars and they may have put a couple thousand in. They still getting paid. They ain't even look at the thing no more. Ain't inviting nobody. This is account number 1. Now, account number 1 could only be the originator of the platform. What it tells me right now is account number 1 is kind of rolling on his own, because trust and believe he did not put $1 million in this account. But he sure enough got $1 million worth of trying out of this bad boy, $4 million as a matter of fact.
Absolutely.
But how many people did also get paid in that process with him? Now, that's what blows my mind. It wasn't just about him. He started something that created a snowball for him and a snowball for other people in the community. This is the transparency and the efficiency of the blockchain. So that's what I like the most, really. Giving and receiving. I give money all day to different things. I give away money to different causes every year. I never receive a dime back. I receive a thank you, and next year I'll receive another, we need more money.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a great way for fundraising, so that people don't keep needing money. They can just share with people ways that they can involve themselves in a way that they can fund themselves and fund their program that they're interested in keeping going on an ongoing basis. Crazy, right? A fundraiser that you participate in that becomes your very own fundraiser for yourself. Come on now, y'all.
Right. And another thing that I really love about it is that the blockchain does not discriminate. You can get in these systems and completely change your life. It doesn't matter what age you are, what your background is, what your handicap is. That's the most amazing thing about these projects. Like I said, decentralized space, there's so many amazing things going on. And there's a lot of amazing things going on with Tron as well. I'm looking at their ecosystem. I'm loving some of their partnerships. Like I keep talking about the Samsung partnership, because I like Samsung products. I think that is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Especially with the blockchain games, Crypto Bytes. That's an awesome opportunity too, to go ahead and earn some extra coin while you're playing a game. So that's a wonderful aspect of the blockchain and putting it to work for you while you're having fun.
Indeed.
You about to play the Tron video?
Yeah, I believe that's what we're working on, the Tron video.
Talking about Tron. We'll be going through Tron's use cases, its current market performance, and the latest Tron news headlines. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on for daily crypto news. So what is Tron? Tron was launched in 2017 by Justin Sun, who was a two-time recipient of the Forbes 30 Under 30 award in Asia. Tron was initially built on top of the Ethereum blockchain, whereby its native TRX token was an ERC20 coin. Tron is a blockchain system which specializes in developing and promoting decentralized finance projects. This is carried out by enabling the development of decentralized apps and smart contracts. Tron differentiates itself from blockchains such as Ethereum through its consensus mechanism, whereby it uses delegate proof of stake. Tron's delegate proof of stake consensus involves a rotating cast of 27 super representatives who are entrusted to validate transactions and maintain the system's history. Super representatives are chosen every 6 seconds and, if chosen, earn the ability to collect new TRX generated by the protocol. Blocks are added to the blockchain every 3 seconds, and those who produce a valid block are awarded 32 TRX for their efforts. A total of 336 million TRX are awarded annually. Any TRX holder can vote for super representative candidates, among which the top 27 most voted candidates will become super representatives, while the 29th to 127th will become super partners. To vote on super representatives, Tron users need a network resource called Tron Power. Users receive 1 Tron Power for every TRX they choose to lock in an account. Whilst locking TRX coins, holders are unable to use the tokens for transactions. Upon unfreezing the TRX token, users lose their Tron Power and thus their ability to vote. Tron Power cannot be traded like TRX coins. Super representatives are responsible for producing blocks and packing transactions. Super partners, on the other hand, only receive voting rewards. All super partners and super representatives have the right to raise proposals to modify parameters on the Tron network. The use of a delegate proof of stake consensus leads to Tron being able to achieve high scalability and low transaction fees. Tron is able to process 1,000 transactions per second. There are no fees associated with transactions on the Tron blockchain. This is in stark contrast to Ethereum 1.0, which can only process 15 transactions per second, and transaction fees can reach highs of $50 per transaction. The Tron network is able to create 3 blocks every second. The Tron network's core layer computes instructions written in Java and the Solidity languages, which is the dominant language on the Ethereum blockchain. The computed instructions written on these protocols are sent to the Tron virtual machine, which in turn executes actions written on the blockchain. So how has Tron performed on the market? Tron is currently the 25th ranked cryptocurrency, with a market cap of over $5.5 billion. and currently has a circulating supply of just over 71 billion coins, with a maximum supply of just over 100 billion coins. The TRX coin fluctuated in price throughout 2020, whereby its price ranged from highs of $0.035 to $0.01. TRX has experienced huge increases in price during 2021. TRX experienced its first surge in price during the February 2021 altcoin season, where the TRX coin reached a price of $0.06. This gave January 2021 TRX holders a potential 2x return on investment. TRX price went parabolic between February and April. This rise in price led to a high of $0.16 per coin. This climb in price may have led to 2020 TRX holders gaining impressive 16x returns on investment. As well as Tron's impressive fundamental features, it is currently involved in a number of exciting projects. With Tron's ethos and ultimate goal of being the underbelly for a future decentralized internet, Tron made steps towards this goal in 2018, where the blockchain network made its biggest and arguably most impressive acquisition when it bought the peer-to-peer file sharing network BitTorrent. With Tron's acquisition of BitTorrent, the network is able to share distributed data and electronic files across the internet in a decentralized manner. BitTorrent has over 100 million users and at one point accounted for 30% of the total internet traffic. In 2018, Tron partnered with the multinational conglomerate firm Samsung. This partnership led to Samsung adding support for Tron-based apps on its Galaxy Store, with hundreds of millions of Samsung mobile phones and tablets sold around the world each year. This would give potentially hundreds of millions of customers access to Tron-based apps at a touch of a screen. Furthermore, Samsung has begun providing support to TRC10 and TRC20 applications on its built-in blockchain wallet. This will give Samsung mobile phones the capacity to receive TRX tokens. What are your thoughts on Tron? Is Tron better than Ethereum? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed.
I really do like Tron. Like I said, I like the partnership with Samsung, but also the BitTorrent one as well. That's another good partnership. I've used BitTorrent to transfer files before. If you understand cryptocurrency, you understand that Tron right now sitting at 9 cents is where Bitcoin was at one point in time, right? And now we see Bitcoin at over $46,000. So this is a great time to get into the into Tron, learning about Tron and utilizing Tron. Not just investing in the coin, but also utilizing some of those decentralized applications, right?
I think it's really a great idea to actually understand the token and what it's capable of, Because I remember when we first looked at Tron, we thought, being part of the platform, we were under the impression that it was a stable coin. And we didn't realize that it was going to grow as much as it did. And it's grown further than we thought it would ever grow. It's only gotten better with time. It really has.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm waiting for that 16 cent again. Let's go.
Like personally, I would love to see Tron hit $1. I would love it. I would lose my mind and try and hit $1. But with the partnership that they currently have in place, with, like you said, Samsung and acquisition of BitTorrent, I really believe it's possible.
Yes, yes, indeed it is. It definitely is.
I really think
it's possible. Chime in. Brother L, you want to chime in?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Crystal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would love to see try and hit $1 as well, and it has the potential to do it. I mean, Tron is a very high powered cryptocurrency. It has its own ecosystem, just like how Ethereum and Solana does. So I mean, it's not dependent on anybody else. You know, it's self-sustaining. And with all these different deals that it has going on, you know, with BitTorrent and Samsung, and it got Clever up under it, and then it has Clever Wallet and all that, which is Tron based, and these smart contracts running. I think we could see Tron hit $1. Not sure when, but I'm sure we could see it within the next few years. I think it's possible.
It definitely is possible. I mean, look at the rise in Ethereum just since last year. And we talked about how Ethereum was going to take off, and we were like, oh, is it really going to reach there? And then it did. And then it even surpassed what we originally thought it was going to be. So I definitely believe that Tron could see $1.
Well, Tron was 2 cents last year when we started dealing with it. So, I mean, even with it going from 2 cents to 8 cents and what, not even a year, we started dealing with, it's been a year now since we've been dealing with Tron. So, I mean, for it to go from 2 cents to 8 cents, that's pretty significant. I mean, 10 cents, it's pretty significant as well. But I believe the high for Tron was like, 14 cents, 23 cents, something like that. So, I mean, we can definitely see $1. I believe it. Or we can see some high sub-dollar values like 50 cents, 75 cents, stuff like that. It definitely can be done.
Look, that in itself would change so many people's bottom line. Just to see Tron hit those numbers. And it would, I'm not sure about everybody else, but I'm sure it would make some of the novice in cryptocurrencies a believer to see that a coin can actually manipulate itself into that by just building in the community itself. And crypto is very much cryptocurrency is a community thing. It's not an individual thing. There's not going to be a space where a bunch of whales coming in and they grab up all the coins and think they're going to make the coin do something. They're actually going to see just the opposite. So this is one of the communities.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, I do think that we could see those numbers. And I encourage everyone, like I said, to look into Tron, but also come back here next Thursday because we're going to continue to talk about it. Give me just a moment. I've seen something in the comments. Let's see. Oh, yes. Because Sister Karen actually mentioned the crop bites. Let's do a quick review of that game because we're actually using that game to earn these Tron coins and also assist farmers in fundraising. Awesome, awesome. I hope that wasn't too fast for y'all. Y'all could actually see what was going on. Brother Alvin, what are your thoughts about the game? I know you've been playing a lot, and I know trading is your thing. So, what are your thoughts about the game?
Well, I can't say anything, but I love the game because I mean, it's a very basic, simple game to understand. You're actually operating as, think of it as, you're growing your own food. You're responsible for how you acquire the food, make sure that you tend the ground. And it's all very natural. But what's cool about it is, you can actually make profit because of the extracts, and you can make profits from tending the animals, and then you can trade it online, which is an actual process of learning. You can actually trade the assets that you acquire for profit, and the profit that you're using is the TRX coin that we have. I'm not going to tell you you're not going to have to add some TRX to the wallet. You really don't have to. It will take you a little longer to raise your profit, but if you actually take this game on and you take it very seriously, you can flip profit on a daily basis. You can turn profit on a daily basis by selling and acquiring different assets, because once you have an asset, once it grows, that's your profit. And if you can double your asset, take the initial that you invested into it, and then just use the work the farm with the rest of the assets, it's phenomenal. You're operating in a free space. You're just really operating in a free space, turning profit over and over.
Yes, indeed. And I love that it's been put into a game to make it fun, and even children can do this. Build a farm and learn about growing, learn about feeding animals, learn about trading, learn the discipline, because you actually have to make sure you feed these animals and you tend to these crops and things.
Requires some responsibility.
Right, exactly. And so that's a great thing, and I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to more children coming and playing with us. Is there anyone on the platform that needs a link to the crop bite? We have some people in the room that are not on camera. I'm sure that they believe they all have it.
Not a problem. I think they should. If not, don't worry. Just drop it in the chat, so if they need it, they can grab it. Not a problem.
So I'm going to do that. Now, if you want to get more into the game and learn more about how to play, make sure you come back on Crypto Kidz next week, because we're going to get into some crypto gaming. I'm so excited. Not only will we be playing this crop bites game in this farm, we're going to be looking at a new game. So I'm excited about that.
Any sneak previews?
What did you say?
I said no sneak previews?
Not today. No video queued, but want to say thank you to everyone who came on tonight. We have a couple of amazing guests in the room. If they could just say hello, say your name, let folks know that you're here. All right. If you're shy, we get it. All right. And I want to say thank you to our amazing hosts, Mr. Thomas and Ms. Chocolate Gobe, for making this an amazing platform, and Dawood L, who has unfortunately had to keep moving. You know how we do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to our next gaming event. We are looking to do some real fun stuff, very graphic. I wish I had a video, but but I look forward to sharing this with you all of the ways you can create finances with NFT crypto gaming. You guys are in the driver's seat now. No more waiting for sponsors. Play and pay, get paid. That's right.
That's right.
Sounds good. Hi, everybody.
There she go. All right, there's my brother.
Miss
You got him back.
everyone.
Dawood L. You with us, brother? We're getting ready to say goodnight. Miss Kathy,
Yeah.
thank you so much. You're gracing us with your voice. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, I'm
right.
with you.
This brother stay on the go. I love this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be into some heavy gaming next week. I hope you're gonna join us. I'll share with you a little something. We got a new game, and we're gonna be doing some NFT gaming, baby. It is changing the way things roll.
Yes.
Having fun. They say what they call it, pay for play, or play
Yes,
for
yes,
pay.
yes.
Play
Yeah,
for pay.
I want to see this because these games are actually replacing people's jobs.
Yeah.
They're helping people that don't have a way to earn income. I mean, on a level that we've never seen in gaming, without even having to enter into any gaming challenges or big tournaments, just from the comfort of their home. So I'm excited about that, and I can't wait till next week.
And I get game coin airdrops every day. I love it.
Yes.
You get free NFTs to play with. You can earn free just like we do on the Crop Bites game. I love the fact that a lot of this is very affordable. From our smart contracts to our game platforms, they're not rocket science to learn. The kids can do it. That's my favorite part. You can involve your children, your teenagers, some of your young adults that you be like, put that phone down. Stop playing on your phone. We teach our young people to turn their phones into their very own ATMs. Come on, y'all. So what time next week would you like everyone to show up, teacher?
Show up here on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Right. Thank you. Peace and
peace and love, everyone. Y'all have a great night.